Greetings, y'all. It's your Knock Peter Mata, and welcome back to another Golf Stories podcast. Of course, joined here by PGA Tour caddy Derell. Derell, we're at episode 35 now. What's up, dude?
I'm glad you can keep track because I've already lost track. Like, I think once it got to 10, I was done.
I lose track of it, honestly, until I send the invite, and I have to honestly go to the YouTube page and remember to see where we left off. So it takes me a mental note. But we're here. We keep going. We still got probably about a month or two still here of golf to cover. But yeah, keep going strong. How's your week so far?
I'll be honest with you, it was rough. I haven't been this tired in a long time. From Sunday to Monday.
Yeah.
It definitely was eye-opener. Had like a little red eye, and with all the delays last week at first tee.
Oh yeah.
I didn't get off the golf course till 6:30 at night on Sunday. Had an hour drive back home, pack, get ready, get on a red eye. Then when I get all the way here, I had a caddy 9 holes in the Pro-Am because my guy was in the Pro-Am, and somebody filled in for me for 9 holes, which was great. So then I tagged in from the bench on the back 9.
Yeah. Put me
in. I slept great though. 9 hours. It was that 9 hours felt 15 hours based on my it was great. So now I'm back at it, and Tuesday we just practiced today, so all good.
You're in luck too. The weather's starting to take a change in the south, other than Florida, but
I know, we're getting very, very lucky this week, and I'll take it.
Chef's kiss as far as weather down here. You were at the first tee open, and yeah, there was some delays, but how'd that go as far as caddying and seeing the kids out there?
It actually was a great week. Besides all the delays, it's just that atmosphere on the Championship Tour, I will say, is a little bit more laxed, in a good way. You know, they're definitely. It's cool to see. I mean, for me, it's just cool to see like the history of those guys and just the stories that they have and the style of game that they play, because they definitely still play more closer to the older style, like not a lot of 60 degrees, definitely more 54 degrees chipping, 9 iron, 7 iron. So that's cool to see, but definitely enjoy it. We made the cut. They had a cut there. So that was a little nerve wracking just to we made it on the number. We moved up a little bit on Sunday though, which was nice. Finished on the front side, which was our back side. So it was nice to have a little 3 birdie stretch. We birdied 4, 5, 6. No. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Birdied 5, 6, 7. We missed a little short one on 4. So we birdied 5, 6, 7, and so it definitely moved us up, and good finish for us.
Yeah, nice little cherry on top.
A little T41 out there.
Yeah, little dough for everyone around there.
Yeah,
that's nice. Did you get a chance to talk with any of the kids? I mean, I saw my East Baton Rouge guy finished tied 4th. Drew Selman, shout out.
We had this kid Ben Jones, great kid. I actually exchanged numbers with him and been texting with him here and there, and just kind of want to see his journey moving forward. But it was a great week. Definitely soaking it all in, because I still feel like a kid there too. So it's great.
You're right. The atmosphere is just one of you just soak it in like you're a sponge. And just seeing all those pros, I just remember it's like, man, that's Ben Crenshaw, I had dinner with Kirk Triplett one night. It's like, what in the world? Where am I right now?
Playing practice rounds and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's like, goodness me. And then you're treated like a pro. So you get the free foods and pavilions and stuff, and just all sorts of events. And it looks like they're just continuing good stuff over there. Saw they actually divided it by boys and girls, so that's pretty cool of them to do that.
Yeah.
So both sides get a little love as far as who's the winner there. So that's really cool.
Our amateur team on Sunday won it, so that's my So okay. I will definitely take that.
Yeah.
So we definitely
have the Pro-Am. Yeah, the Pro-Am element to it. Usually they bring it. Those people are low key big money folks, and they're
without a doubt
good golfers as well, and good company. But yeah, it's a really cool event. Steve Flesh ended up taking, I believe, as far as the Champions Tour. So yeah, I'm glad the week went well. for you over there. It sounded like it did, looked like it did. As of course you can see behind me, last week was the President's Cup at Quail Hollow. Did you catch any of the highlights?
I just caught a lot of the highlights. You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of Quail Hollow,
Mhm.
Sindelar won there in 04.
Mm, that was
So
right. Yeah.
it was kind of, you know, we talk a little bit about that, and obviously the golf course has changed since he's been there, but the fact that it was going on, I caught a lot of the highlights. I'll be honest with you, I didn't catch much. It was very busy last week for me. We had a 3-hour delay on Saturday, so it was just not really non-existent. And me trying to do a good job for Joey, help contribute to, you know, literally getting home, prepping, and then going back the next day. But definitely caught some of the highlights. I definitely seen that Sungjae Im video that went viral with him doing the Gangnam Style. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Getting his sigh on. Yeah. And the South Koreans were a hit. I know the internationals didn't win. They put up a good fight, but the South Koreans specifically, Tom Kim was the star of the show. You know, stole everyone's hearts.
All right.
I love it. I've got season tickets for Tom Kim. I've been saying that since he won. Of course, you know, he spent time in the Philippines, so that's maybe a little influence. But he's just, I mean, you can tell he's magnetic. He's a youthful spirit, and you know, he's good. He's freaking good. So all the above, everything you would want in a star player. So it was really cool to see that, like, kind of everyone is seeing that come out. And then you got guys like Siwoo Kim, who is a players champion. You know, he's a beast. But to kind of have that extra emotion come out of him, you're like, oh yeah, that's what I like to see. And then Sungjae topping it off with the Gangnam Style celebration last night, I believe, or I guess the after party with both teams. But of course, the result of the President's Cup, unfortunately, not surprising, as I believe it's the 9th straight time the U.S. team has won. Yeah, really not too much to talk about. Tom Kim really was the only thing that kind of kept it competitive there, and it was pretty exciting that end of it was that Saturday. But other than that, it was pretty much a blowout. I mean, kudos to Jordan Spieth and Max Homa. I believe they went undefeated in their matches, so that was pretty cool to see. Maybe I'll put a little stock on Jordan Spieth. Maybe if he plays this fall, you know, I think he's going to be re-energized by this event. As far as Adam Scott played solid for the internationals as well. But yeah, really nothing too crazy surprising at the President's Cup. The routing was interesting. I guess that was something different, seeing that. I mean, that 9th hole was pretty brutal as a closing hole. I know obviously the original 18th hole is already brutal, but like, I mean, 500 yards and it was playing against the wind most of the time. So I thought the routing was interesting, and I thought it held up well. It was good to see the Green Mile. I think I said the Green Monster last week, confusing it with Fenway Park. But yeah, anything else from the President's Cup that stuck out to you, Derell, from the Insta clips?
I mean, at the end of the day, I think the difference really is like most of those internationals don't grow up with each other. So I think that definitely, because I don't think it's the skills aspect. I think just because, like, you know, younger, like, you know, Jordan and Justin have been playing forever. So there's that rapport. Like, it's just hard to get a rapport just 1 week a year for those guys. So that's why the Ryder Cup is a little different too, because they've grown up with each other. So if there is a way to get that going, I think it'll be a little bit better, but I don't know what they are going to do with it moving forward.
Man, you drive a good point. That's something like I just thought about. Yeah, the European players generally they play the European tour growing up together, you know,
right,
or that circuit as a junior golfer. So that's definitely something that really just needs to be looked into as they really want to get this international team really going and get some actual W's on the board for them. I don't know.
Again, it's not a skill situation because we know that.
Yeah, I mean, you saw guys like Munoz and Sungjae Im really just based off their skill. They were a great pairing this week. But I mean, I doubt they play together before this. But you know, that's just a testament to their skill that they're able to come out and against this competition too, a strong American team, and get it done. So I don't know what they have to do. I guess, you know, a team event like the New Orleans event. probably definitely has helped. But they just need something more like that, I guess. More, I guess, events around the world, similar to what I guess Liv is doing in a sense, to steal from them. But something like that to help the President's Cup be a little bit more competitive. I don't think it should be a mix event. I know we talked about last week, but I think it's not far off. Like you said, the skills are there. It's a chemistry thing. Just getting these guys at a young age to have some rapport. I think there's a junior President's Cup now that I think of it. I only think because David Toms was a captain of it, and maybe that's something they should really invest in, so that you get those junior kids getting like that rapport. Justin and Jordan are freaking best friends for life, basically, since like 10 years old. So I mean, that's chemistry you can't beat. But I think that's about it. Anything else? President's Cup last week? Anything want to recap?
Till next time.
Till next time. Yes, indeed. We will go ahead and flip pages to where you are right now. We're in Primetime City this week, Jackson State. We're in Jackson, Mississippi, home of the Sanderson Farms Championship at, I believe it's Country Club of Jackson, official name. Got the rooster behind me. That's a nice trophy. Sam Burns, go Tigers, is a defending champ. He will be there. Might be a little tired, but he will be there as defending champ. What can you tell me about the course, Derell? I think it's 7,400, so it's pretty girthy.
I've always liked this golf course. It takes anybody who wins here, no slouch. Ball strikers are favorable. The grass, everything. But I will say the course is the best I've seen it since I've been here. They did a 180 sprinkler head system.
Hello.
So normally it's a 360 sprinkler head. So which when you have I just barely learned about it this week. So when you have a 360 sprinkler head, it waters everything around in that circle. Okay, which makes sense. That's what we typically see. So a 180 sprinkler system is they can water the rough or the fairway, or both. So with that being said, they can control it better. So they can, just water, because normally they would just want to, vice versa. They just wanted to water the rough only, but they couldn't because it's a 360 head. Yeah. Now they can, pick and choose how they want to water and how to make it grow. So now it's even game changer.
Yeah, they're getting in all those nooks and crannies.
Right. I never even heard of that till this week. Like,
me neither. That's interesting.
And I'm like, oh, what does that mean? Well, he's like, if they only want to water the fairway, it'll only water the fairway. If they only want to water the rough, it'll only water the rough.
Dang. I'm sure that was an undertaking to put that in. And
yeah.
And
so I guess that's new here this year.
Yeah.
So which therefore is making the golf course look very, very nice.
It usually looks pure. That nice Bermuda in the fall too. Bermuda in the fall is pretty interesting looking, nice looking. Especially with their water problems they're having in Jackson, by the way. That's another story for another day. But how's the rough? Is it juicy? I know Bermuda rough can be a
lot of flyers. You got to be able to judge it. The greens are firm, so hitting the fairway is huge as always.
Yes, indeed. And I look at the winners here, past winners. It is a mixed bag. I mean, you do have Sam Burns, a bit of a bomber. You got Sergio's a ball striker, champ, bomber. But then you got like Peter Malnati and Ryan Armour.
So Peter Malnati one, I remember that year. It was wet that year, so he was able to take advantage of that. I'm not saying that you can't be a Peter because Ryan Armour took care of business.
Yeah.
So, but it definitely helped there when for him being it soft.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Definitely, ball striker is definitely the key because again, hitting a bunch of greens and then you got to make a lot of putts here. And
you got to score. You got to score, and then I don't see much of the scrambling type. I guess you would. say.
Yeah, agreed. The less chipping you do, the better. You
got to go out and get it this week. How are you feeling about you and Stroud? Y'all feeling pretty solid?
He finished 6th approach to green in Napa. I don't know if we talked about that. If we did, I totally forgot. And with a driver, it was bad for him. But this week we made some tweaks, and he's definitely looking pretty nice.
Looking sharper.
I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Yeah, got to get the equipment right. I mean, I'm sure Adam and I are talking a little ping.
Yeah,
stuff.
I heard about it. It's your timing is just so off because you're in that realm. The new stuff's coming out, the old stuff. So I'm curious to see what ends up happening in that realm of world.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to get the equipment right, ladies and gentlemen, and look, I went to his fitting days, went to Ed and Watts, things like that, just to kind of fill in the gaps as far as trying to get the numbers right. And yeah, I mean, hopefully you and Stroud, hopefully that the driver fix will come into play, and you can make it happen. I mean, I know he can strap the ball, so we'll see it. You're not making any picks this week, I assume.
No picks this week.
No picks again.
Yep.
Just to be safe, of course. So I will go into our picks. Of course, the odds are below if you want to look at those.
Let's hear this thing.
Let's hear it. So my DH.
Let's see this dark horse.
Designated hitter, dark horse. I'm going to go with a long bomber veteran, Luke List.
Great pick.
130 to 1.
Great pick.
Southern boy, went to Vanderbilt, so kind of knows the grass. He did finish second here. When was this? 2016. So I didn't know that, and I was like, his name stuck out in the odds, and I was like, I'm gonna go with it. He's got to win this year. Maybe that will carry over to the new season. Yeah, that's Luke List. That's DH, dark horse.
See that
contender. I got my hair combed that Korean style. It was a K-pop last week, basically. Korean popped off. I'm gonna go with a Bin On at 80 to 1. Gonna stick with that Korean flavor. Just came back onto the tour from the Corn Ferry Tour. He did get a win last season, I guess you would say. So yeah, I think this dude can strike the ball. We just talked about this. Is a ball striker
very nicely.
Yeah. So
and he's sneaky long.
Yeah, he can bomb it.
Yeah, he's sneaky long.
Yeah. So yeah, he was on the President's Cup in 2019. So getting him and Tom Kim together, I think would be a pretty cool pairing. And he's a USAM champ. He's the youngest ever to USAM champ. So I have a lot of faith in Bin On. Got to get the putter straight. That's the biggest thing. Got to make some putts when it counts, Ben. But 80 to 1, I like the odds this week. And, there's a place where you can get your first win. We've seen it before. And speaking of trying to get their first win, my winner pick, it's hard. First, I will say it was hard not to say and be the biased pick and get Sam Burns, but
without a doubt, and I would not blame you if you did. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, he defended this season already, or this year, so it's hard not. I think he will be a little fatigued. I think he's gonna have a really good showing, maybe through 2 rounds or 3 rounds or something like that. But I do think the fatigue will catch up to him. But as far as my winner pick, he played good at Napa, played good here last year. Actually, was. I think he was tied with her lead or had the lead. We've been picking the guy over and over again. I'm just gonna keep going to it. You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you're talking about.
The Heath. He
was actually at dinner where I was at tonight. We had some Thai food and he was there.
Okay.
Tonight, so.
See, the vibes are there already. We got it.
He had Thai food on Tuesday night here at
getting that spice in early. I like it.
Yeah.
Heath. He's 20 to 1. So he's only the 4th favorite. So yeah, they got some faith in him this week. Yeah, and last year he played great. I remember if Sam Burns didn't win, I was pulling for Steve. He was obviously a fresh face on tour then. He got a year under the belt, great year under the belt, and just been playing great, man. I mean, it's bound to happen. So I'm gonna just keep pushing that pushing his name for our picks. So that's my guy this week for the winner pick. Any thoughts on that?
Love all the picks, man. I mean, ball strikers. Yeah, definitely. That was one of the criteria for you to pick them this week. That's definitely for sure.
It's true. I was eyeing. I'll just give a couple of guys left on the cutting room floor. I see Scott Stallings. He's been playing solid. He's at 30 to 1. Davis Riley, young gun again. It's in the South, so that would have made sense, but I didn't go with him. But
I think he's from this area.
Yeah, I think he might be from Mississippi. So
yeah,
I'm not exactly sure what part of Mississippi, but yeah, I mean, it would make sense to pick Gabe Riley. Tough to leave him off the picks. And then who else would I look? Oh, Russell Henley, 22-1, Southern dude, and just he's so consistent.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Just couldn't pull the trigger for him. But look out for them. I'm sure they're going to be up there. Yeah. Any last things, Derell? Any memories from this specific tournament or from Jackson, Mississippi, or I mean, I guess the Gulf Coast area? I mean,
it's normally, I think we're getting very, very lucky this week with the weather. It's normally very, very hot here.
Brutal.
And miserable. So this tournament, though, I will say is one of the better tournaments when it comes to feeding us. They feed us great. One of the best. This used to be a half field event.
Yeah.
Way back when, and even then they were feeding us amazing, and it's still to this day they're still keeping up with that. I don't know if you want to call it tradition or whatever it may be, but
Southern hospitality.
Yeah, they're doing a great job here. The tournament director here is very class A.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I think I've got some childhood friends that I want to say work there. Shout out to Taylor Kennedy Ross and Jacob Ross, who I believe they work there. I'm not sure 100%. I'll need to check back on that. But yeah, I mean, Mississippi, obviously I played some junior events in Mississippi itself. They've got some good golf courses there and really good folks. I think maybe they don't get as much credit for their Southern hospitality as other states do, but they for the most part, when I'm in Mississippi, it's usually a good time and comfortable being with those people. So yeah, I don't really have anything else. Yeah, no live stuff this week. They'll be in Thailand, I believe.
Yeah, we'll be moving forward. We'll definitely be talking about them more. They're just getting more and more exciting over there.
Yes, indeed. I think Mita Pereira, I guess, is kind of a rumor that he might go. We'll see about that. It makes sense. Neiman, his boy, is over there.
Right.
I think they're playing I think they're playing St. Andrews in the DP World Tour event. Some live players, so that's something I guess to look out for in that drama. But anything else, y'all let us know down below. Oh, I will say, shout out. I got a little message from a famed jeweler and I guess a reality TV star, Ben Baller. He reached out on Insta just saying he watched the Anthony Kim video and had some other juicy details to share, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it really does, like, those little things. I mean, especially that's a big thing for someone celebrity like that to reach out. It's really cool. I mean, we don't really do this, for money. I'd obviously like to, but it's just the fun of doing it, and to hear people's feedback on it that's positive. That's always outweighs the negative for sure, and it definitely motivates us to keep going. So please feel free to comment below anything and reach out to us on socials. That's how this whole started anyway, Derell and I, this whole relationship. So it's really cool, the power of the internet to connect all of us with our love of the game of golf or whatever it is, so definitely comment below, let us know whatever you're thinking, like, subscribe, do whatever. Your words mean something to us.
There, guys.